It's Stoke in this video. If you haven't seen any of the other 19 Premier League teams, links will be in the description. We're basically doing a recap / catch up as to what each Premier League team has done in the transfer window since the end of the 2014-15 season. The time of recording is the 23rd of July, so if it's anything that's happened between the time of recording and obviously today, which is Monday the 27th, let me know. Well, don't let me know. You don't need to let me know. I'll let you guys know in the near future. But the reason being is I can't predict the future unless I'm hearing strong rumours that players are going there from people that I know or from reasonably trustworthy journalists or all that good stuff. That'll be around in the near future. I'll also be covering some of the big transfers in the near future in more detail and in more depth, and any sort of shenanigans that are going on in the football world, whether it be rumours, whether it be stupid stuff that's ongoing, whether it be FIFA, all that good stuff. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you do want to see that sort of stuff as well. Like the video if you do enjoy the video, and you will see more of this content. So, like I said, Stoke City. A couple of big names have actually left Stoke, which I was quite surprised by. Thomas Sorensen has been released. So has Wilson Palacios. I don't even remember him playing much for Stoke, if I'm completely honest. I think I saw him once come off the bench. I'm not too sure. Andy Wilkinson was also released. Now, and then the two big ones, Steven Nzonzi's gone to Sevilla. It's good for him. Sevilla are obviously doing very, very well as of late. Well, they have been. Obviously, players like Carlos Bacca and stuff like that have left. I do like Krajviak, or whatever his name is. I like him in the middle. But yeah, Steven Nzonzi's joined Sevilla. I was quite shocked about this one because he's been at Stoke for a while. He's been a very, very good player for Stoke. I'm thinking, I know more near future than latter, but he scored a great goal against Liverpool, which as a United fan I'm happy about. So yeah, it was a shame that Stoke had to let him go. Obviously for the good of Nzonzi, I think he's probably made the right choice for himself and the right move. And the other one is a little bit of a strange one, if I'm completely honest. Is Asmir Begovic. I did cover this in the Chelsea video if you want to check that out. Like I said, link will be in the description. But Asmir Begovic, as a Stoke fan or as a non-Stoke fan, do you think he's left to go and sit on the bench? Because I think Begovic is too good of a level to sit on a bench. I know like the big teams like to have two good quality goalkeepers. Obviously, like United have De Gea and Valdez. Whether either of them will stay, whether either of them will be at the club come start of the season, I don't know. But Chelsea obviously previously had Courtois and Cech. Now they have Courtois and Begovic. Man City have Hart and Caballero. Reasonably good goalkeepers. Obviously they're backup level, but they're reasonably good goalkeepers. And the teams that don't, I mean, Arsenal kind of breaks the shade because they haven't really had a good goalkeeper for a while. And that's a mistake that Chelsea have made by giving them essentially one of the main signings that they needed, and a very, very good one. But we'll come, like I said, go check out the Arsenal and Chelsea videos for that. Asmir Begovic, however, has he gone to sit on the bench? I don't know. Is he going to be a cup goalkeeper? That's what I'm thinking. I think he's probably going to play as much, if not maybe less than Cech did. We'll have to wait and see. But Mourinho is very good at man management. Mourinho is very good at rotation. You say that he rotates when he needs to, and he didn't really need to because they didn't have a lot of injuries last year. But I don't know. I think the Begovic deal was just a strange one. It was an undisclosed fee, and it's a shame. I'm a little bit gutted in a way, not because of Chelsea. I just think it's good to see every single match of the day. You'd sit down and you'd watch Begovic pull off a worldie save. But it'll be interesting to see who Stoke play in goal as number one. This brings us quite swiftly onto the ins. Shay Given has joined from Aston Villa on a free. Stoke fans, do you think it will be Shay Given, or do you think Butland will be given the opportunity? Obviously Begovic was dropped towards the end of the season, and Butland did come in, and he did quite well. Obviously we're young, he's English. There was loads of shouts going on about him, how good he could be in the future. It would be quite good as an England fan to see him in there. Obviously Shay Given isn't at the peak of his career anymore, and he is at the latter end of his career as well. So it'll be interesting to see if Butland or Given play. But we'll move on. They signed Jakob Horgaard from Midtjylland. I'm not. Obviously, he's a goalkeeper. I'm not too sure of what level he is. Could he be the number one? They've got Butland, they've got Given, and they've now got Horgaard. Do you think, Stoke fans, do you think he'll be the number one? Who do you think is going to be your first choice goalkeeper? That's what I want to know. Who else, off the top of my head, have they signed? One that's gone under the radar, and I know we've brought up Chelsea already. Marco van Ginkel. Do you remember him? He was looking to be a really, really good player. He's signed for Stoke on loan. It's crazy. Marco van Ginkel is a very, very good player. Bojan obviously coming back to full fitness will be good for him as well. There was links with Shaqiri. Obviously he's not signed. He's at Inter at the moment, but that would have been a crazy signing if Jadon Shaqiri comes to Stoke City. Mental. Not that I'm putting down Stoke City, but Shaqiri is a very good player. Looked really good in the World Cup. They've also signed Philippe Walscheid. Excuse my pronunciation. He signed from Bayer Leverkusen on an undisclosed fee. Sorry, he's a defender. I'm not too sure whether he's a right back, left back, or centre back. I'm not 100%. I think he's a centre back. He's 26 years old. He's obviously just moved to Stoke. Yeah, he's centre back. Born in 1989. 6'4.5", so nearly 6'5" as well. So he's a big man. So that could be a good signing for them. Perhaps the partner Shawcross in there. Whether that's because Hoof's left, I'm not too sure. He's gone to Leicester City. Again, plug. Go check out the Leicester City video if you're a Leicester fan. They've also signed Joselu from Hannover 96. Joselu is a forward. Whether he's an attacking winger, he could be an inside forward or a guy that plays up top. But with Bojan coming back, you would expect Bojan to start. But Joselu, obviously, he's not a terrible player. Well, he's actually a good player. They paid £8 million for him from Hannover 96. Interesting to see what they do with him, how often they play him. And the final one is Glenn Johnson, signed from Liverpool on a free. I think that's good for Glenn Johnson. I don't think he was going to get too much game time anymore, especially with Klein going to Liverpool, and they've obviously got Flanagan, should be back from injury very, very soon. And they signed that new youngster as well. I can't think of his name to head. I think... Joe Gomez, that was the one. So yeah, I think Glenn Johnson could be honestly a good move. I think that he was out of his depth a little bit at Liverpool. And it'd be good for Stoke just to get him playing a little bit. They've been playing centre backs and stuff at right back, so it'd be quite interesting to see. Obviously, Phil Bardsley's getting old now as well, so it'd be good to see how they do. Right, so we'll look at the Stoke team off the top of my head. I want to say that they should get a number one choice goalkeeper, but they probably have got one. Either in Horgaard, as I said. Given's not a terrible goalkeeper. He's still got it, and obviously Butland would be great to see him come in. Whether he's too young yet, I'm not too sure. But as I said previously, Stoke fans, let me know. Who do you think is going to be number one? They've got obviously Walscheid's come in to join Shawcross at centre back. It's strange. It'd be weird to see what's going on with Odin Wingy. I do like Arnautovic on the right hand side. Interesting to see how he does. Joselu, will he play up top or will he play wider? Not too sure, especially with Bojan. The thing with Bojan as well is he does drop deeper, so we could play in a 10 Bojan technically sometimes. And then obviously you've got to think about Biram Diouf. How often is Jonathan Walters going to play? He's coming at the end of his career. Steve Sidwell, again, how much is he going to play? I do think they need another defensive midfielder. I don't think they've replaced Nzonzi yet. I think that's where they need to buy. Obviously, Mark Hughes has come out and said that they would like to buy, to make some movements in the transfer window. Whether they do or they don't, I'm not too sure. I do think they've got a lot of players that can play in the 10 though. Obviously, I mentioned Bojan. Charlie Adam can play there or deeper, but I do think he needs a partner. Odin Wingy, what's going on with him? Who was it? Stephen Ireland, he can play in the 10. Obviously, Marco van Ginkel is most natural in the 10 as well. And I think that's it. That's off the top of my head. Steve Sidwell sits deeper. Jonathan Walters, he plays more wider or up top whenever needed. But they have a lot of strikers. They have Odin Wingy, Joselu, Bojan, obviously. Peter Crouch, you forget, is still there. Jonathan Walters can play there. And then they've got Mame Biram Juice. So it'll be interesting to see what they do, how they rotate it, how Mark Hughes works it. But I do think that they need a defensive midfielder and perhaps a left back as well. I think they could do with a left back. Glenn Johnson at right back, and I think they could possibly do with a left back. We'll see what they do. But let me know, Stoke fans or non-Stoke fans, how do you think Stoke will do next season? They've been doing quite well lately. They've been grinding out good results. Very, very tough to go to Stoke and beat them. And so if you're a team that can do that, you've played very well normally. They're very good defensively. Let me know in the comment section below if you think they'll sign anyone. Do you think they need to sign anyone? Do you think they need to sell anyone? But yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's going to cover Stoke. Don't forget, as I said, to check out the other 19 teams. And I'll see you guys in another video.